So why are you here? What are you doing?
This year is part of the Occupy that's all over the nation. The Occupy is basically the 99% of America that is protesting against the 1% of America. And if you don't know what that is, the 99% is, well, 1% of America controls 40% of the nation's wealth. That's a whole lot of money to be held by 1%. We are the 99%, in other words, the po guys that don't think that's right. Now, and you're going to find all sorts of protesters out here protesting for different things, whether it be some sort of civil rights, something against the government, environmentalism. You're going to find all sorts of different things out here. But basically, it's just a place where if you got a problem with something, come here, let your voice be heard. And
they say that the 1% controls 40% of the wealth.
40% of the nation's wealth.
What should be done about that?
Well, a lot of it has to do with corporations and stuff going overseas, like sending them jobs overseas, so they can get a tax cut or something, so they don't have to pay a certain amount of taxes. If you send your jobs overseas, you pay dirt to the workers, and you get held off on a lot of taxes.
What causes corporations to send jobs overseas?
I'm not sure what the cost is there. That's something that you'd have to go over to the front desk and ask one of the people that knows a little bit more about it.
Some people say that the corporate tax rate in the country is so high that they go overseas because they can do business cheaper over there.
The fact that these corporations are making millions and in some cases billions of dollars
overseas.
Overseas, yeah. I mean, they're going to make still millions if they keep their jobs here, and then on top of that, they're going to give Americans more jobs. There's such a high unemployment rate here in America right now that if
would you be in support of lowering the corporate tax rate to so that businesses may employ people in back home instead of going overseas where they can do it more cheaply?
It needs to be lowered down. I just think because they're making so much money, they control 40% of the nation's wealth right now. If they brought their taxes back home, they wouldn't have as much money, but they'd still be rolling in dough.
So, but would it make more sense to do that? To lower corporate, they want to make money,
Yeah, I know that.
They want to make as much money as they can. That's what corporations do,
Yeah, they'd still be making money.
So how would you get if they're going to quit shipping jobs overseas? Though, what I'm trying to understand is how can you make them come back into this, employ people here at home?
Bring our jobs back home.
Is there any sort of policy that would do that you can think of or advocate?
He knows one.
Okay.
Actually, there's a tax cut that they can get for hiring felons. So if they hired felons, then they could take that tax cut and make money off of that tax cut.
So you would like them to hire felons? And what type of jobs should they hire felons to do?
Any type of jobs.
Can you be more specific? Or?
Factory jobs, corporate jobs that aren't fucking shit over,
Are these felons that are maybe violent felons, or is it just any type of felon?
And I think they should hire me, but they won't.
Well, you don't have to give your name or be specific, but what sort of felony have you committed?
I've committed robbery, vandalism, receiving stolen property, and possession of marijuana.
Do you have any education or any kind of skills that would make you make them want to hire you?
I've got experience with flipping burgers. They could hire me flipping burgers. I mean,
have you tried to get a job at a fast food restaurant or?
Yeah, I've had jobs. I mean, I've built houses before. I could frame, I could roof, I could do shit like that. But I mean, they could always teach me how to do something.
Are there any more policies besides hiring felons that you would advocate to?
That's the only one I know of.
That's the only one you know of?